Hi everyone, I'm Neil and I'm going to give you a bit of a background, just a brief introduction to FollowFlow. I built FollowFlow because I understand the follow-up problem from the inside. Over the last 25 years in network marketing, I've tried all sorts of ways to stay organized, from notebooks, spreadsheets, reminders. I've bought CRM systems, my memory, which is not great these days. All good intentions, all the usual things, and they all helped a little bit, but none of them really solved the deeper problem for me, because the issue wasn't just storing someone's name. The issue was knowing who needs attention next, where that conversation had got to, what had they already seen, what the next kind of respectful step should be, and how to keep moving without feeling overwhelmed or guilty when life got busy and I maybe didn't do some of the targets, hit the targets that I was aiming for. And that guilt actually matters, because in network marketing, we're often told we need a flow, a system, a daily method of operation. And when you miss a few days and get distracted or you lose momentum, those systems don't support you emotionally. They just sit there waiting for you to work out everything all over again. Thinking about who did I speak to? What did I send them? Did they reply? Was I meant to follow up yesterday? Should I message them again? What should I say? And before long, good conversations drift and they fall through the cracks. And that's the problem I wanted to solve, not with something cold and complicated like some of the systems I've bought in the past and used myself, and not with automation that makes relationships feel fake. These standard automated systems that are out there now, they don't sit right with me. So I wanted a simple daily place that helped me follow through warmly, consistently, and with a bit more confidence. It didn't tell me off or make me feel guilty if I fell behind. It just picked up where we were and it carried on regardless, just supporting me. And FollowFlow is designed to do exactly that, to show you who needs attention today, what has already happened with that conversation, where are they at, what's the next best step. And it's all without you having to carry it around in your head or on bits of paper. It's built to support the behavior that actually grows this business. That's human follow-up, not AI follow-up, but human follow-up done with care and consistency. It's those relationships that really matter. I've never been able to find anything that solved that problem simply in a way that felt right for my business, for network marketing. So with a deep understanding of that challenge and my own problem to solve, I created my own answer. And that answer is FollowFlow. What follows is a demo of it's the highlights of FollowFlow, what it can do. There's much more to it than this overview, but at least the overview will give you a flavor for what FollowFlow is and what it can do. So I hope you try it and I hope you like it.
So this is the
so
today
you
page that you land on when you first open the app. This is the page when you open the app. This is the today page. So your daily goal shows 2 out of 8 contacts reached today, so you can see how far you've got. The daily goal at the top all of your contacts that are due today, and then at the bottom your customers and your team members are always shown in this view. So I'll just concatenate these sections down so you can see the different sections that are always there, and you can see the numbers at the sides against each of those tabs, and you can expand them as you see fit. Everything in the app is there to feed the today page. So if we click on contacts, you can see all of your contacts in this particular tab, and you can do various searches in the contacts to find anybody that you're particularly interested in. Underneath where you type the search name is a set of prefixed searches, so hot, pinned, etc., that you can see there. I've clicked on overdue, and you can see you only see the 13 overdue contacts. So you can do quick searches or you can search by name as well. On the contact card, the overdue is in red and it shows you when that contact was actually due. So if we look at the detail of a contact, it starts with their name and then what type of contact they are: business, prospect, customer or team member. And then the stage is from new to having been contacted to engaged, exploring, considering and ready to buy or join. You can also change the warmth of a contact from hot to cold to warm, depending on where you think they sit, and it describes how many follow-ups you've had. A little button to the left there just allows you to archive a contact if you wish to. That means you won't contact them again, but they still exist in your database, or you can reverse that and add them back into your contact list. The app tells you when you replied. You can click on Need the Words, and the journey milestones is a really key one. So you can see here that it lights up when contacts made, a response is received, resources shared, a conversation started and then converted. You've then got contact info, and you can open that and add more details. You've got the details about how you found that person. Clicking about them allows you to add some text about that contact, and you can speak into that and then tidy it up with AI. So if I click on the Tidy AI, you'll see the text above changes to be more succinct bullet points. And then from there, you can click Save to save those changes, or Cancel, and those changes won't be saved. The same applies to conversation history, and then activity history is automatic, and it just logs everything that you've done with that contact. The journey milestones also appear on the contact's front card. So you can see here, if we find Aaron from earlier, the one we've just changed, you'll see that Aaron has been contacted and we've had a reply, and the little eye on the left hand side just opens up a menu that tells you what those icons mean in case you've forgotten. As a contact progresses through the conversation, through the stages, those icons light up. That plus at the bottom allows you to add a contact. So if we type the name of the contact, you can select what contact type they are. You can select their warmth. You can pin them for focus. Add in a telephone number. It's optional, you don't have to if you've only got email contact. You can then say what happened last, and you can click on Send a Message, or you can go straight to adding a date to next reach out to them. Once you've done that, FollowFlow takes care of everything else and just puts them onto your today page when they're ready to contact again. You can then either save and open that contact or save and add another. So it tells you there Peter Langdown has been added. Now type the name of the next contact that you want to add to your system. So we'll put in Sandra Bullock. We'll select her warmth. She's a business prospect. And we've sent her a message yesterday. So we've tagged those in. FollowFlow will now take that information and will surface that contact when you want them contacted again, or when they should be contacted. You can, instead of saving and adding another, you can save that contact and jump to the details. You can see that already contact has made, that milestone has lit up because you've already said you've sent them a message. You can add more contact details. You can add about them information, etc., etc. So if we move to the settings menu, refer and support is an important one. This is where you can earn free use of the app. So every person you refer gets you a month free on top of your free trial. So that just tracks how many people have signed up, how many have actually subscribed, and then how many months free that you've got. If you refer 3 people, you'll get 50% off. If you refer 5, you'll get a completely free account. Just copy the referral link and send it out. If you're sending it to a LifeWave partner, copy your LifeWave specific link. It'll be more relevant for them. And also on there, you can leave a Trustpilot review if you're enjoying the app, and you can share feedback directly with myself through the app itself if you don't want to just message me directly outside of it. Your day is important, so this is your daily workflow. You can set how many contacts you want to target each day. That will default to 10, and you can change that, just overtype it. So I put 9 in, you put 10 in, don't worry about that 0, that's just a glitch I'll get rid of. You've then got the default follow-up delay. So I've set that as a default of 2 days, but again, you can change that. And you can also use AI suggested follow-up times. So a bit of work has gone into when it's best to follow up with contacts after you've done a certain task with them. Importantly, then you can set what your working days are. And on non-working days, the app will just congratulate you for having a day off. But you can set and change that at any point. Prospect follow-ups on non-working days, so you can say whether or not you want to show these normally on your non-working days, or whether you actually want to hide them from the today view so that it looks like a non-working day and it isn't giving you any noise to get guilty about. The same for new outreach suggestions on non-working days. You can hide them from the today view when you're supposed to be not working, for instance the weekend, so that it doesn't give you any noise about you've got these people that you could reach out to. It's a day off, treat it like a day off. There are more settings in this page, but they default to a particular setting to keep you informed. You can turn them off if you want to at any point. The weekly recap email I would keep on, simply because it gives you a view of how you've done in the last week. Other settings are available. The morning nudge, if you turn that on, it will nudge you through notifications in the app. And then underneath that, you've got how to install the app on your phone, and whether you're iPhone or Android. And that makes the app work like a native app on your phone. So you don't have to keep going back to a website. You just click the icon and it opens the app. Your links is also quite important. Google Calendar is coming. It's just being assessed by Google, and then it'll integrate with your calendar. Then you've got a link that you can put in. If you've got a personal Zoom account and you want to send a contact a one-to-one, you can put your Zoom account in there. The regular opportunity meeting can go in there. And then you can share links also. And you can add up to 5 specific links. So if we look at the ones I've added here, I've got a 3-minute overview video from LifeWave. I've got the This Is It info website. And I've got the 17th of March opportunity video recording. I could add 2 more, but once I've clicked I understand I'm responsible for the compliance of the resources I add and share, you can save those share links and they'll be available to attach to logging in action. So if we go to logging in action, click into Aaron and log in action from any screen, here's what you get for a prospect. You can share a voice note. You can say you've sent a text message, received a reply, shared a resource. That's what we've just logged as links. And those links now appear as resources that we can share with Aaron Maddox. So if I click 3-minute overview, you can see it's copied it to my clipboard, ready for pasting wherever I've chosen to have a conversation with Aaron. It then tells me this is what you've done, so the notes of what I've done in that action, and it's telling me the next step. I can overtype any of those that I want, and the follow-up is automated to tomorrow, but I can pick any date I like. If I pick a weekend and it falls on a non-working day, for instance Saturday, the app will tell me, hey, that's a non-working day. Do you want to keep it, or would you like to move it to the next working day? And that's all down to what working days you've set in your settings. And all you do is save the action once you've clicked on what your next step would be, if you don't want to keep the words that are already in there. And that saves. You can see there the shared resource lights up because we've now shared a resource, and it captures the next step as well. That information also flows through onto the contact card as a summary. So you see we've shared a resource and it's telling you what the next step is and giving you suggestions for what to do next. You can also see the next step date that is in the contact card. And you can see all the way down, it's the same for all contacts. It just tells you exactly what stage they're at and what you've done last and what to do next. So if we look at your data, this is important. This is your data, they're your contacts. You can import contacts, but we'll come on to that in another video. You can export your data to CSV. You can export your whole workspace, so that everything that you do in there, all of your notes and everything. And you get a backup of all of your contacts every single night. And that's stored for 30 days. You can restore your system from any of those 30-day files whenever you like. And there's demo data in there for those of you who started with nothing in there and wanted to see how it worked. You can clear your contacts. Be careful. If you type clear in there and clear all contacts, it will wipe everything that you've done. And danger zone is when you want to close your account. You can close your account and it will wipe all of your personal data and your contact data and permanently will close your account. That's in red. You've got to type close my account to do so, but that facility exists. So you have control of all of your data at all times. None of the contact data, by the way, or yours, is shared with any third parties. In your workspace, you can pick what company you're working for, and the terminology, the contact type labels and things like that will change automatically to suit your company. So if I pick LifeWave, for instance, it becomes prospect, business prospect, customer and brand partner, which is very specific to LifeWave. There's more details around there, more settings, but you don't need to look at all of those just yet. Now back to the home page. Your daily goal set at 3 of 8 contacts reach at 38%. That feeds into the analytics, which is the central tab. And the analytics is really quite clever. It monitors your streaks, so you can see how often you've hit your target, and it tells you every day of a working day that you hit your target and marks it either partially hit or target hit or miss. And you can click on coaching brief, and there you can read there a bit of coaching about how to improve what you're doing and what you've done in the last week. And it tracks and charts how you've been doing. There's lots of information in the analytics page that I'll do in a separate video, but it's very, very useful at analysing your business, your performance, and where you might be tripping yourself up. Great for conversations with your sponsor.